Hello guys, I'm 2 minutes late, and that's a good thing for me. Trust me. Trust me. Uh, okay, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna wait for the room to fill up, and I'm gonna get my other computer together so I can give you guys the links as I talk. I'm gonna see, can I share my screen on my other one? I haven't tagged everybody, but I'm gonna do that. Hi Kelly, how are you? Long time no see. And yes, we do need a reunion. Hey, Eliza. I was so beautiful seeing you. Oh my God. So everybody, while everybody's joining the room, we went to, we were at the Beverly Jenkins Pajama Jam. And it was just so good seeing everybody together and stuff. It's just so, oh, I still got your, oh, I want to show it off. I'm going to show off your promo item too because it was so cute. I went and I found them. I found silver rings like them. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. So hi Valerie, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Like I said, today's going to be a I can't say that word. Potpourri. My husband says I say it funny. Because I read the word before someone said the word to me, so I say it as I say it like I read it. So I hope I'm saying it right. I hope I'm saying potpourri correctly. I'm putting my mirror up here so I know I'm looking at you guys because I'll get distracted and look at me. I'll be like, oh my gosh, you're looking so cute today. I washed my hair. I wash my hair with braids to save time. Just in case you want to know. Okay. I can't see myself. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. Bam. Okay, so what I do is to make sure I'm looking at you guys in the camera is that I put like a mirror on top of my printer so then it looks like I'm looking at you and I'm not looking at the camera. And that's my secret to always making sure. So like if I'm doing like this, like right now, you think I'm looking at you, but actually I'm looking at a mirror right behind my phone. So that's that's a little trick you can do when you're doing your podcast. We're going to get started. Been a little busy. I'm going to show you guys my planner for, was it last week? So it's kind of busy, but I've been keeping on track of different things, of everything, and then I've been coming up with video ideas, and I'm going to show you guys how I've been doing that, because I'm trying to increase small video, short range videos, but you get overwhelmed, and I know everything is like a whole bunch of stuff to do, Okay, let me get my notes so I can stop talking and let's get going, even if people haven't shown up for it yet. Did I push mute? Yeah, I did push mute over there. So let me put this over here so I can see my notes and I can see you guys talking. On my main screen, I try not to have like things there. Okay. Hey, Makisha, how are you today? Good morning, good morning. Yes, and I will have some Bella tips as well. Yeah, just like my system not to bring up my notes when I need them. I saved them on the cloud too, just because I was like, I wanted to make sure I could get to them. And this is about to really make me mad. Like, come on, come on, come on, don't do this to me. Let me see if I can go through it another way. Let's see, let's see, let's see. It's okay. There it is. Woo! I'm like, I can't get to my notes. Oh no, oh no. Okay, so workshop stuff and second Saturday. Second Saturday is right here. Okay, so we're all set. I'm about to bring up my notes. This goes down, and let's get going. I'm sorry that took so long. I should also pull up my Vela notes while I'm in there. Darn it. Goofy girl. Okay. I think I'm off because my husband asked me out on a date. So it's kind of like, oh, you get those little, oh, hi, Rocky. um, so yeah, I give him a, oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, so we're gonna get started. This is a lot of the things that the initial things came up because I was I saw people were struggling with a lot of things, and um, but they really weren't asking the questions or saying, hey, how do you do this? And I would see them on theirs, on their platform, and they would they would say, okay, I'm having these problems, and but they wouldn't ask and come in the group and say something. So I was like, well, let me put together something that is going to help you guys and be able to do something. So it was like so many small questions though were asked, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys were doing it. I'm tagging the people who had asked the questions right now because I wanted to make sure they're here, or at least I'm making sure that I don't have to repeat myself and they come back in the group and say, oh, well, what do you do when you have this problem? So I'm almost done. Thank you guys for your patience. Is that Jenny? Okay, so I am now tagging. Yep, I tagged everybody. So we are all set to get going on the comments. So if you guys have anything as I go along, and then I'm going to use my notes. I have my notes with the links in them as well. So I'll be trying to look at the screen more. So let's go to the first one. So the first question came from Jessica. Well, the first thing came from, and she just said confidence. So the original question was, what are you struggling with in your literary life? And you guys, if you have something, you can just throw it down in the comments. And if we have time, as early as possible, I'll try to get to everybody. So we're starting at 10:10. So I'll give it to 11:10 before I run out of here on my date. Okay, so Jessica just said confidence, and in regards to what she was saying, it's more of having, as an author, being an imposter, having imposter syndrome. And I know Jessica has just started becoming a fiction writer. I've written 50 books, and I still have that low confidence of, is this good enough? Are the readers gonna like it? Will it compete with the last best thing that I wrote? And I think everyone has that, because you're always the only person you should be really in competition with yourself, and this is advice from my mom, the only person you should be in competition with yourself is yourself, and that you should just want to make everything better the next time and better the next time. So four things I could say is, one, remember you are not alone. We all feel like this. I think people who are very passionate about being writers, about the craft of it, are very into that same question. Am I good enough to be this? Am I good enough to have readers buying my work? Am I good enough to be publishing this piece that I just wrote? I think we're all like that, because we love what we do so much, and we're so passionate about it. And number two, talk to other writers or blog your fears. So just like Jessica did, and she came out and said that, and it was just so wonderful that that was the first thing, and a lot of people had agreed with her. It's talking to us and letting us know your fears, even if you wake up and you say, you know what, I just feel like I'm not a writer today. hey, what do I do? Going from there to moving on and talking about it with others does assure you that we're all in the boat together and we all can like boost each other up. We're all here for each other. I usually do check people when I can, but I also do what I can to make them feel like, okay, we're together. You're good, girl. Your work is awesome. So don't worry. And then you can also use this as an experience to share with others about how you feel about it by blogging it. Use this as an opportunity to share and get outreach from readers and writers to say, hey, I can give you an example is that I did get a bad review, and it wasn't really a bad review. It was more or less she gave me a 2-star because she did not like the way the character made her mad. So she gave me 2 stars on that. And I was kind of like upset, like, okay, actually she should have gave me 5 stars, because if it made you so mad that you had to give me only 2 stars, then yeah, that means I did my job as a writer. But then it started really getting to me about it, and then I was like, so I put it out in the group, and I was like, hey guys, we got this reader who is saying they don't like the story because this character is making them mad. And I got a lot more outreach in terms of people were like, girl, the story is so good, you don't worry about this and blah blah blah. And so it was kind of good that I shared that experience, because then I was like, whatever. And even though you tell yourself whatever, if that ever happens to me, whatever, and then when it happens and then you're like, oh, this is gonna make me stop. It happens all the time. I don't care how grown you think you are, how confident you think you are. It does get under your skin after a while. And like I said, talk about it with other writers or blog your fears. Number 3 is remind yourself how hard you work to get where you are. I have to do this often. I have to do this often and let myself know that I've sold hundreds and thousands of books, and I am a great writer. I love what I do, and as long as I'm putting the passion in there, I'm doing it. And I also put down like my accomplishments on like a daily basis in my planner to show like, okay, I'm moving forward. I did this, I accomplished, I made my trope pictures, and I've made I put together my campaigns, and I've uploaded this, and I've posted this, and I'm keeping on track. If I look at my book, my weekly, what I've done for the week, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with like how full it is, and I've done my evaluation for the year. I've done my quarterlies and my semis, so I'm pretty good. I have the business part set up. So I kind of keep my planner as a way to tell myself and remind myself how hard I've worked. And I can just go and flip back in pages and see like the hard work I've put in to make sure that things have gotten done and made things happen. And of course, you guys telling me, hey Sylvia, sending me those indiscriminate notes of, Sylvia, I just love your organization. I love what you do. That kind of helps as well. Hint, hint. Give me more. Give me my flowers where I live. But that does help. I want to make sure you guys can hear me as well as possible. So let me see if I do this. You probably can hear me even better. So we're going to go to the second thing. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, just please go ahead and share it with the group. So next thing is, the thing they asked was 3 things to start your author platform. So the question came out with struggling with building a name for myself. So get your pens and paper out, because this is just going to be a little tip. She never got back in touch with me of the questions I asked. So what I did was I put together a little thing to say, this is just just the beginning, because author platforms could take hours and hours to explain. So, but basically your author platform is how you want people to perceive yourself and your work, so then they can understand who you are and want to buy from you. So building an author platform is having things set in place, so people can come find you and see you and be able to relate to you, and then in turn buy your work. So number one, you want to, when you, the initial way to do this, and I couldn't see on hers, even when I went to her profile, I couldn't see this. So it was kind of disappointing, to be able, I would have to hunt her down in order to do that. She had like a little deviant page, but like I really couldn't see a lot of stuff in terms of who she was. She had poems on a small blog, and it had been recently updated, but that's all it was. It was a whole bunch of poems on a blog, or poems, I'm saying that wrong, poems or prose on a blog. But a lot of times you have to make sure you're getting the word out about who you are and what you are. Even on her blog, she didn't have like who she was, like a bio or anything. So it was kind of really difficult. But just so we could talk about how to build yourself as an author. Number one, of course, you want to have a website. And on the website, you want to make sure it has a bio, the blog, which was good in her case. Make sure it has a subscription box, and make sure it has like a link to all your stories and everything, where people can buy your work and so forth and so on. With that, in turn, always on your social media, you are leading. Oh, and make sure that people can find you on, you have links to your social media on the sidebar or at the top on your navigational bar, so people can connect with you on other places, but this would be your main platform. In that regards, you want to make sure that you're going out on social media and bringing people over to your website, having them sign up and so forth. And in between all the blogging and, the showcasing of what you want to do with your work, whether you have a reader's magnet and so forth. And you can follow Monique Mensa, and she does a lot of things and talks about, how to build an audience and everything like that. You can also put in between the blogging of, okay, make sure you guys are reviewing my books. Make sure you guys are doing this. Have you checked out these books lately? And hey, look at this new review I got. Between all of that, as I was looking through her website, I was seeing those things she was missing. So which top three, and then to find out also, when you're doing your social media and going out there, you want to make sure you're promoting to where your readers are, not where you want to be. You can be on your Facebook profile all day, but if it's just talking about family and pushing out funny memes, you're not really on your author's platform. So you need to also be on your Facebook page as well, as much as you are on your Facebook profile. Matter of fact, you should be on that more than you are on your Facebook profile. You should be in your Facebook groups. You should also be on your Instagram, because if your readers are there, then be there. If they're on TikTok, then you should be there. If they're on YouTube, then you should be there. So you should be where your readers are, so you can start bringing them in to you, to start funneling them down to your website, to even catch even more vibes and be able to and want to buy from you. Always know what your genre is, and always know what tropes you write, so that way you are using keywords, reading keywords to attract those readers at all times. So if your if your genre is this, and you write about these tropes in there, or you write about this subject, then make sure you're using those keywords as you're blasting it out to your social media. And this is also another way of attracting them into your website. And then take a look at your monthly marketing budget and see how you can get with other bloggers or other social media promoters, literary promoters, in order to using your keywords, your tropes, and your genre, and focusing on like their readers that are attracted to what they do, and then being able to blast out to them. So for instance, say you want to get more word out about your author platform or about your literary services or your book or something. Things like the fuzzylibrarian.com is a great way to go on there and say, hey, here's my book. And you can blast it out to the specific genre that would be interested in that book. They do a very good job of keeping those readers hooked and clicking through and buying things. So knowing like your genre, your tropes, and your keywords is a very good thing, because then you can build your author platform by putting words in place, by connecting with those bloggers, those bookstagrammers, those book talkers, and so forth and so on, to bring people in there. And the last thing is to do a newsletter. Well, not even just a newsletter. You want to do a newsletter and you want to do a blog. So you want to try to blog at least once a week, and you can do a newsletter once a month. And you, like I said, you can go over to Monique Mensa to find out more information of how to do that. But definitely that would be a great way for you to be able to build up your author platform as well. And because you want to build up your newsletter, you don't want everybody who know you and buy from you be on social media. You want them at your website somehow, some way. And you want to continue to publish books. You want to continue to publish products. You want to continue to put out content. But don't forget, content is king and consistency is queen, and she wears the pants. And I say that a lot, and it's very important for you to understand. So let's get to the third thing on the potpourri list. And this one is making time to write. Ooh. So Devon says, even everything seems more important than finishing my fiction novel. I need to make time to write. And then Sharon Parks, who's an editor actually, says, same as her, as one who is still in the 9-to-5 space for now, along with editing other books, authors' books, being a wife, a daughter, an active church member, etc. Finding the time and inspiration to write can be challenging. And I can say that it is. And Edna says discipline, and that goes into making time to write, promote, and market. So the first thing I'm going to say is get a planner. Get a hand planner. Get something that is right in front of you, that all the time. Like I literally keep this on top of my desk in front of me, right above my keyboard, where I can see it and see what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm doing, and what I need to do. And trust me, all three of those lists are really long. Really long. And also you can print out the content calendars that I have to kind of keep yourself on track. I have the literary calendar and the content calendars that you guys, and the planning sheets to kind of keep you guys on track for things. I'm going to put that in the group. It's so many things over there on my Gumroad that you guys can just print out stuff to kind of keep yourself on track. Even if you don't have a planner, you can just keep printing these out. On page 2 of the weekly content plan, you can print it and fill it out weekly with marketing and promotion plans for the following week. And you can also add writing goals. You can use stickers to kind of reward yourself with your word count and editing goals and so forth. Number 3 of the planner, you can add things to do for goals of the day, reminders and notes for yourself. The literary, on page 4 for the literary content, it's like a 12-month timeline. So then it's not like you don't have anything to do. You know, if you know Carytown Book Festival is coming up in September and you need to get all your promotion stuff in, then do so, because then this kind of lets you know you can put in September Carytown Book Festival, and then you also know that you should be probably promoting that as well, because it's right there in your timeline plan. So, you know, after a while you want to try to buy a real planner and really start getting into the meat and potatoes of planning out things, which is so important. I just did my half year evaluation, and for the first time in a very long time, I'm actually almost ahead of where I want to be, in terms of how many books I've written this year and published this year, and completed this year. So I am so proud of myself that I am able to do that. But it was only because I was keeping up with my planner and seeing where I needed to be. So I think that is very important in terms of having the discipline. And y'all know I'm like the busiest person, almost the busiest person in the world. So I am constantly just in there sitting or trying to make sure everything is done in terms of my literary world, in terms of you guys in the Motown Writers Network, in terms of being a business owner and keeping my websites up, doing the blogging. I mean, and then on top of that, yes, I am a wife, a mother, and I still work my 9 to 5 somehow, and I'm still able to be online and be social, and then go to events and so forth. So, getting into a routine does help. And I'm gonna give you like a little bit of tips and stuff. Joining sprints, like I said, Mandy Jo Rindhedge has a sprint. Andrea Knott, for her group, they have a sprint, and they do it once a month. They are very helpful for those who are still concerned about, are there virtual book events that we can enter? Yes, there are a lot of virtual book events. The Romance Slam Jam is having their virtual book event coming up. I know it's coming up soon, but there are a lot of virtual. Just look it up, Wayne, and I'll even look up some and see if I can throw some in the group as well. And I send links out as well for virtual events. And sometimes these physical events still have virtual events. The Romance Writers Group here in the Detroit Romance Writers Groups, they still have their Facebook. I mean, they still have their Zoom meetings, and so forth, where you can network with other romance authors and keep up and stuff. But they also have actually face-to-face things, and that's pretty much what's going to happen with our group as well, is that we're going to be doing that, where we'll have face-to-face, but we'll still have virtual as well, because we understand people have health struggles, but they want to be a part of the group. So definitely we want to keep people involved in it, and have the blah, 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 blah. Let me see. No. I want to make sure I got everybody. Yeah. So you want to make sure that, and for writing habits, what I try to do is, and every time I fall off the wagon and I'm not writing enough, I get back on the wagon by doing this. So, I will write for 7 days for 10 minutes. So I do a 21-day writing habit. So for 7 days, I'll write for 10 minutes. For the next 7 days, I'll write for 20 minutes. And then the next 7 days, I'll write for 30 minutes. By then, I'm constantly thinking, by the third week, I'm back rolling again, because I'm constantly thinking about what I'm going to be writing and everything. For the first 7 days, I'm just writing anything that comes to mind. but I'm trying to just do it for 10 minutes. I'll stick on like a short story, or I'll do like a paragraph or something. Or I'm setting up a story and I'm writing about their backstory and blah, blah, blah. And I can do that for 10 minutes. And then for the 20 minutes, then I'll start even getting whatever has caught my eye from my 10 minutes of writing. I'll just go into 20 minutes of just digging deep into the world of this new world I've created. And then for the set 30 minutes, by the time I'm at 30 minutes again, I'm just like, okay, let's just get into writing the book and everything. Or I've jumped back into like my writing habits again. But I do fall off the wagon. I'm not going to lie. I'm not perfect. I fall off the wagon all the time and be like, oh. And then I started thinking about Tanita, who just joined us. And then I'd be like, oh, I want her to be talking about me. Like, your book ain't done because trying to point me out. But like, I am constantly just trying to put time together. I wish, I don't know, even if I have, and people, you know what? I was going to use the excuse other people had. People always say, well, if I had more time in the day, I would be able to write more. And that is a lie. I'm going to tell you right now, that is a straight up lie. I was about to cuss. That's a straight up lie, because I would always be saying that, oh, if I had more time in the day, I could go and write more. And then I got laid off of work. I got laid off of work. And I'm going to tell you, I have never slept so much in my life. I was sleeping so much, I thought something was wrong with me. And I'd be like, yeah, all this time I asked for to have more time in the day, and I had not done anything. I just like, whatever. I got all this time, and then the house burned down, and then I just wished I had a little bit more time. Because my life went into a tizzy. I guess that was God trying to whoop my butt. Like, I gave you time, and this is what you're going to do with it. All right. So, yeah, but people say, yeah, I wish I had more time. Even if you had more time, you still would not do what you're supposed to do because you're not disciplined. So start becoming disciplined by, getting into the writing habits and doing the planner. So then you can see what you need to do and take what you have and use what you have in order to make time for what you need to do. Because it works out. It actually does. Oh, I can put a check mark right there. I just saw something I had to do. So the next thing is, what's on my list? The next thing was query letters. So somebody asked that question about query letters, and I'm going to say I am an independent author, so I don't have query letters. Most times publishers are reaching out to me for publishing opportunities. We're not going to get into that one. But for query letters, I will put in two links for one, and one is actually for a free one. These have gotten really high reviews. And also, the Writer's Digest have sample query letters inside of them as well. And I'll look that up. I posted theirs a while ago, but it's their Writer's Digest. They also have query letter examples that you can use or help you talk to a publisher. So the original question was agents not being enamored enough with my query material. So I like I said, I am not, but there are a lot of free query courses where you can join organizations and they help you. I know romance writers have them a lot that you can use to try to find ways to query out to agents and publishers. And inside of here it is. Inside of like the Writer's Market edition, they also, in between the agents and publishers that they list, they also have ways to write query letters. Right inside of this, there are helpful tips from experts on how to properly write query letters. And also, YouTube has thousands of videos on it. People are constantly pushing thousands of videos on that, on how to write a really good query letter. If the query letter you have isn't working, then, start rewriting it again. One of them is one time is going to eventually get there to the person and the agent or publisher that you want. Trust me, if you keep pressing it. I've never heard of anybody who have just been querying and querying and have never gotten picked up. So if you keep doing it and you're real consistent at it, trust me, it eventually will hit a bone. You will eventually hit the bone. So those are that. And then earlier this morning, I also had someone inquiring about Kindle Vella, and they're interested in jumping into it. If you don't know what Kindle Vella is, it's actually a new platform by Amazon where you are writing episodic stories. You're writing episodic stories, and people are by the episode. I'm going to put in mine that I have. So I have right now 2 of them, and I'll be starting my 3rd one there as of August. Yeah, August I'll be starting it. Like, duh. So if you go to the link I'm actually putting in there, that's my last one. Her substitute husband, his boss, and you'll see on the top it says season 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll get to that in a second. Before I go into my notes, I'm going to go into my notes. So they came up with this episodic way, and it's kind of like Wattpad, where you are writing a very interesting story towards your readers, and they're coming in and they're buying chapter by chapter. So if you clicked on the link I just put in there, and you see the book that I have on there, so pay attention to key things. One is that, it gives you a place to write the title. You get about, I think it's only 150 characters. 150 characters. No, 150 words to tell what the story is about. So you got to be short and punchy, and then they give you you put in categories, and you put in 7 tags, 2 categories and 7 tags. Most times I'm choosing popular tags, so I go and look at other tags that popular stories have that compares to mine, and I'm using those tags on here. Then your ratings come from the reviews that you get, and then it'll tell you when you're last updated or if the book is complete or not. And then it'll tell the reader update frequency. Since this one is semi-complete, and I am going to put in complete soon, so then people know where this book is at. I'm going to put complete. Yeah, so this tells you if the author has updated it as well. Right now, you're looking at this book, and it has 126 26 episodes. So episodes are like chapters. So when I say episodes, I really mean chapters. And then it tells you how to share the story. And then you get to read the first 3 chapters for free. And you get to also down there, you get to also follow the author. And then you'll see other stories that are like that. And below that on the page is all the reviews that are posted, people have posted. So throughout this whole story, people were actually, and on that page, you can also in your dashboard. So if you go to your KDP dashboard, if you have a KDP dashboard, and I'll even put that, the Kindle publishing dashboard where you can upload your Kindle Vella. You can upload your Kindle Vella there, and that's the KDP dashboard. And you can go there and upload it there and all your episodes and even schedule them. I'm kind of like a pantser. And I'm becoming a plantser, trying to. but you can also upload all your episodes there and schedule them out so readers can come in and read it. I usually say do at least 3. Okay, we'll get into what you have to do. Hold on. So if you want your Kindle to be successful, and if you go back to the book itself, Her Substitute Husband, His Boss, above that picture that you see, the cover picture, you'll see that little crown. That is gold. That's why it's gold, but that is gold. That tells me that people enjoy my story and people are liking it, and it even has a top fave, and that's a good thing. So everyone in, it's a 250 list of the best stories, and they all get crowns. And I still have my crown, which is pretty darn rad. That means people are coming in, liking the story, and when they buy the tokens, they fave it. They get faves, and they can use that for the story, and then they give me favorites. That means I'm like a favorite author on the platform, which is pretty darn cool. It's really hard to get once you don't have one for a long time, and you get one, you're like, and it can go for a day, or it can go for a week, or it can go for a month, which is what it's been going for, is a whole month. And I actually finished this book. I stopped writing it at the end of May, and I've been holding on to that crown for 2 months. So that's pretty darn good when I haven't been writing. So I guess people are still coming in actually and reading the story. Now, the more you put on the platform, the more you will get bonuses, get showcased out to the rest of the readers. So the more you contribute, the more Amazon does promote you and your writing. So that's why a lot of new writers love this platform, because they've never had writers before. Old writers get into it because you want to get in touch with new readers, and you love the bonuses. I'm going to tell you, the bonuses will keep you there. So how to be a success on the Amazon Kindle platform in 6 easy steps, I think. So 1, be consistent, upload at least twice a week, but 3 would be better. You get really great consistency and really good feedback when you are loading consistently to the platform. 2, have a way for readers to connect with you outside of the platform, because you do get a chance to put in author's notes per episode, but you also get to do polls as well. But you also, in those author's notes, you want to say, hey, come join me over on my Facebook readers group, and we can talk about the book. So you can have them join you on your Facebook readers group, or you can have them join you on Instagram or your Facebook page. You can put it in your newsletter. You can have it in your blog. And it can be in a form of picture, text, video, audio, however you want to do your updates. And so the readers can come back and give their feedback as well, and what they think about the story. Number 3, use your mailing list. I'm not using it at first, which I should have been doing, but when I started it, it really grew in strong. People were signing up for the list and finding out how to get to it and so forth. You want to use your mailing list and or your blog to update the readers. You want to promote these, constantly letting the readers know when there are new episodes, arc changes in the stories, easy links for the story. You want to make sure you have all those, because then it gets the reader faster to the story. I have like a small site for it on my site for the book, so people can easily find the book. So it's like sylviahubbard.com/her substitute husband, because sometimes you don't get the book right away. And right now, as I'm building my 3rd book, I even made a site for that. But they also made it easy now, so that your Kindle Vella now connects to your author page, which is so critical now, because then it also increases your author's rank for people to come and follow you over there to get updates, not only about what's going on in your book life, but also going on in the Kindle Vella, so people get more interested in what you're doing and buy work from you from Amazon. So yes, this is a ploy for Amazon to get you to promote their platform more, but it's also a way for you to promote your platform more and get more readers in a way you didn't think you could off of Amazon. So that's always, use them like they're using you. Like I said, whatever. Use social media for Kindle Vella. It is so important. Don't just digital drop flyers in groups, but go in and tell them about your story. Tell them why you're writing your story. Let them understand what Kindle Vella is, because a lot of readers who are new to all of this, they don't even know what it is. Just like you don't know what it is. So you want to be explaining it all the time. Hey guys, come join my snackable reads, or hey, you want to read a lot in a little time? Well, grab this book now and you can read it in when you can and go through it, because 126 chapters or episodes is no joke. The book ended up being almost like 340,000 or 340,000 words, literally. So you can use social media in order to promote all of these. So every time I came up with a new episode, I was telling people, hey, I got a new episode uploaded. Check it out. In this, and I keep my episodes between 2,400 to 3,000 words, because that tells the reader how many tokens it is. So it's going to be 24 tokens to 30 tokens, and they go and buy those off of Amazon, and then they purchase your story. I really tried not to go over that, because people's eyes actually gets tired between 3,000 4,000. So I tried not to go over that, but I do want to pack in a lot of story in one episode, and that's how I was doing, because I'm telling a romance and suspense together. So when you're using social media, though, you can pre-schedule your posts, so then you know when you're going to drop posts, you know when you're going to finish that chapter, or you're going through the story and you know it's going to be. So you can pre-schedule your posts to let people know new posts are coming, or pre-schedule like, hey guys, I'm working on a new story right now. Go and check out other Vella stories that are like yours to see what they're doing. I also like to go and look at other social media of other authors who are doing Kindle Vella to see how they're putting their promos together and what they're using and stuff. Create, if you want to write faster and you are a pantser like I am, create the backgrounds for the characters before you start. I kind of learned that lesson from my first one, because it helped me write a lot faster having a solid background or character sheet on there. Oh, and I'm going to give you a tip on a book that I loved. Love. So I was using this book. It's called The Character Workshop Workbook, and it was a really great thing. It's really beat up, but I don't want to write in it, but I've using my what's the name to do it. I'm gonna put the link in there. Character Workbook. Where is it? Because it was a really good book. Like, I couldn't believe how detailed it was in terms of making sure, like, I had and they have a companion series too. Like, oh wow, you're gonna make me buy that too. So, hey. Oh, I know, it's awesome. Even though in the back of my mind I was doing the love languages, but great book to help get character backgrounds together. But it actually helped me bring a lot of them. Hi, Denise. I hope you're back home again. But it helped me bring a lot of story into the first book as I was writing it, because I got it in the middle of the first book and I was like, oh my God, it's things that like they needed to know. And then it helped me understand like a lot of things that I had dropped that I didn't realize I had done. So like this book was like awesome. So make sure you guys are getting this book. This is a great reference book. I put the link in there so you guys can do it there. Oh man, I love that. I use it to create marketing personas. Oh, that is cool too. You got to show us how to do that one. How do you do that one? So yeah, you got to get us a room so we can see it. Marze can't join us today, but she's gonna, make sure she catches us on the replay. Okay, so let me go back to my notes. I clicked off my notes. Y'all got me so excited. So yeah, making sure you have your backgrounds, it helped me write faster and also create, into the sync that books. Okay. I know, it is so good. So it helped me create, it helped me create the marketing personas, because I don't do that very well. I want to be able to do that very well. So like, you got to create a room, girl, so I can learn how to do that really well. In terms of getting people interested in my characters. I'm just all like, okay, here's the story. Just go read it. So I need to do that a lot more. I need to write that down. I need to write that down. Marketing persona. Thank you. Create marketing personas. That's going in my planner. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And then, where was I? And I provided easy links in my social media for the story. So even though they say a lot of marketing experts say don't put HTML links on or WW links on your promo material, I found that when I do that, I get more hits to the story. People actually are looking at it and then remembering and going and put it in. So I do it occasionally because it does make sense to me. I don't care. I'll do it. Okay, number 5, look for reader promotional newsletters. So I talked about fussy librarians, and it's a whole big list of different ones that actually now do promote for Kindle Vella, and you can put that in. Fussy Librarian actually you can use it as a free, because you can get the first 3 chapters for free, and Fussy Librarian actually put it under their free books. So then more people are prone to go into their free newsletter, and you get more exposure like that, because people know that the first 3 chapters are free, and once they get hooked, if you write very well, then you'll be able to get them in there. So that's been a good thing for me, and that I've used them a lot. Upload, I do try, when I'm in the midst of writing, I try to upload at least 1 story a week, because I found, and I've told you this in the past, stories work very well for marketing and promoting. And you can use the canva.com app to even go and make a template and put it around your story, throw some smoke and mirrors, fire, whatever you want to put in, and throw it up there on there. And I found that a lot of times those little 7 seconds or 7 to 20 second little stories do help people become interested in the story. And I'll put resources up about that as well. Blah, 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 blah. I have a lot of resources about that as well. I'm just going to take this whole document that I have and probably put it over with the other document later on. Not today, because we're going out on a date, so don't expect it. Find a podcast to do an interview. That has worked out a lot. When I'm in the midst of the story, I do try to find one podcast at least a month to go and talk about the progression of the story, how it's going, and so forth. Because I found that it has worked a lot in terms of getting publicity for it. So I find other people who are interviewing authors or who are interested in the Vella process and talk about it. And not that I'm trying to become an expert. I'm just sharing mostly what I've learned to make it a lot better. Number 8, use keywords. Use keywords and relevancy to build search engine optimization. It is so important, and those keywords and tags that I showed you at the top of the page do help in going off Kindle Vella and pulling people into your story. So you want to constantly be using your keywords, also using the hashtag Kindle Vella, episodic stories, live storytelling, things like that. Book recommendations and so forth, and reading recommendations and so forth like that, hashtags, in order to get people to come and click through and find. I do that with my podcast. Using keywords and stuff like that. That's what you mean, Wayne? I'm reading and talking. But yeah, it's very important, especially when you're doing it. And every episode you push out, you make a post about it. Every episode you try to make a post about it. I learned that from other authors who are very successful on the platform, even though I say other authors are very successful, but I mean, I got a crown, so I'm pretty good to go. So yeah. And number 9, I was going to say the last one. Oh, I'll come on there. You want me to come on there? I know you're asking me to come on. Yep, I know you're asking me. It's okay. I'll come on. So, number 9, engagement. Number 9, hey, Miss Natasha, you're going to have to go to the replay because we had a whole bunch of information and you just joining us. So you're going to have to hear the replay and give us the thumbs up when you like it. So number 9 would be engagement. And the tips that I'm giving, even though they're for Kindle Vella, you can use these for your current story as well. These are really good tips for your current story as well if you're just trying to get eyes on your books. So engagement in your goal, your basic goal would be to bring in new readers, create authentic relationships with your current readers. So you want to bring them over to either your Facebook page or your blog and stuff and really engage in them. Ask them questions about the story. Get into those polls and say, hey guys, I saw you guys say you like this and this. So in my story, it was kind of like a triangle love romance. So people were like either Team Dylan or Team Zygmunt, and they were going back and forth, and they'd call Dylan dumb. They'd be like, here's dumb Dylan, and then Zygmunt was manipulative, and some people were switching sides because they were like, I don't want to be on this one anymore. So it was kind of like going back and forth. And although I didn't pit them against each other because I actually wanted both men to win, the readers would be very passionate about who they wanted to be with the main character. So it was kind of like a really fun thing. Well, what do you think this character is going to do next? Or who do you think she's going to choose after this incident has now happened? Like, okay, if you were in her situation, what would you do? So it was really fun to create the engagement with them, to see like what their reactions were, like if they were in the situation. And it was really great to see like they loved how the story was progressing and really talking to me about it. Like it was so fun to have them in their ear. And I'm going to say I'm going to be honest and say it was a lot of stress and pressure. I was like a diamond pressing down like a piece of coal. And by the time you're done, you are a diamond. Trust me. With the readers coming in and really like driving home that you have to write a really good story. But I loved it. I love the challenge of giving my readers like a really great story. And that's how I've always been. So, hey, let's go. Let's fight this battle. But the engagement that you offer on your using your polls, using your author notes, using your readers groups, it is going to drive sales. Trust me, it is going to really drive sales once you get your readers engaged. Okay, so number 10, the final one, is be future oriented. And I think I said I only had like about 7, but yes, it's 10. Number 10, be future oriented. A lot of people have jumped on, but you're doing live stories for years. You have experience. Oh, girl, please. Oh, please. Yes, I have a lot of experience doing writing, because writing serial fiction is very different from writing just a regular fiction book. I'm going to tell you that. It has always been different. A lot of people think that I just get on and I'm just writing a book just to pass the time. No, it's like a TV show. It's like watching a Shonda Rhimes episode. Every time I'm going to either make you laugh, cry, fall out your chair, gasp in horror or in like shock or like I'm going to make you do something for each episode. I'm bringing something. I am always moving the story forward. So it's kind of like, you're you're speeding through the novel so fast. But that's because I need you to buy more episodes. And it's kind of like I said, it's a TV show. I want you to watch the next episode. I want you to read the next episode. Come on, let's do this. Let's jump in this pool, jump in the deep end. I'm killing the cat and then I'm explaining it later. That's so horrible to say, but it makes so much sense. So, yes, and it's going to help you write better as an author So if you're ready to be challenged, you're ready to take on the pants girl, get in it. It is so much fun and it gives you so much life. You see how excited I'm getting? Oh my gosh. Okay, wait a minute. Be future oriented. You made me get off the track. You made me get off track. Okay, number 10. Be future oriented. So, like, just like Kindle Unlimited, when it first came out, it had the bonuses and people were slowly coming in. And if you got in early, you got all those nice big bonuses. And then everybody else started jumping in the pool. And you know what happens when everybody jump in the pool? You know, the water don't smell as good and clean anymore. Well, of course, once people hear about like how wonderful Kindle Vella is and how they have attracted readers, how they've gotten these nice bonuses, how like you're getting paid for reads, you're really building up stuff and the benefits of it. Of course, people are going to start jumping in the pool. So you want to be actually future oriented and know like bringing those readers off of the platform into where you can control them. So your Facebook readers group or even on your blog in your newsletter group, make sure they're signing up for those and everything, getting those emails and everything all the time. All the time. I'm asking people in my readers notes, you know, hey, like, fave, comment, share, follow, but also come sign up on my website and subscribe so then you guys can know what I'm doing next, because this isn't the only story, you know, that I'm writing. I'm going to be doing some other stuff, so I want you guys to subscribe, or I want you to come over to my Facebook readers group. And it's amazing how people will come over there, talk with you, tell you what they enjoy about the story, and sign up. And once you get them outside of that platform, you know that you can still make money from them, you know, by doing other things and so forth and so on. So be future oriented and plan now, because you never really know if this is going to be a long-term thing or a lifetime thing. It's going to change. It is going to change. I'm going to be honest with you. It is going to change, because as more people get into the pool, they're going to have to equate for the size and go from there. So, of course, the bonuses won't be so big, because, you know, they're just like Kindle Unlimited, where you share the bonuses out with all the other authors. And then, of course, it could possibly be like there are other things that they have tried and made it disappear. But I tell people, like, right now, get into it right now, and take advantage of it, and just the learning lesson of writing and bringing people into your scope. If you don't know how to promote, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn today. you're gonna learn how to promote a story after being on the Kindle Vella platform. You are going to it's going to force you to become the reader, the publisher, and the promoter that you want it to be. And if you actually really take it seriously, you're going to create a very good and healthy, sometimes frustrating and stressful, but good and healthy habits that are going to last you a lifetime. I'm going to tell you that. I think I've produced more work being on the Kindle Vella platform than I have in like the past 10 years when I have fallen off the horse. And I've fallen off the horse, guys. I'm not going to admit I'm perfect. You know, I've fallen off the horse. I just had other books already written to kind of save me already, to say, okay, even though I've fallen off the horse, I haven't written, here's a book for you. I can do that because I'm still a dedicated writer. I'm still addicted to writing. It was just taking me so long to write. But now I'm like producing work like boom, 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 boom. Because Kindle Vella is forcing me to produce work like boom, boom, boom. I wrote a saga. I can't believe I've always wanted to write a Thornbird saga. That was always been my dream, and that I did it is amazing, like mind blowing even to me that I wrote it. So before we go, if you guys have any more questions, just drop them down there. If you're listening on the replay, give me some hearts. If you're listening now, give me some hearts. Also, what was I going to say? If you're listening on YouTube, make sure you give me some thumbs up, and because I'm going to post this on the YouTube. So I wanted to, when I went out and saw Eliza at the Beverly Jenkins, she had these cute promo items. So I'm going to show you guys these awesome. I even love the bag. The bag is just so the cutest. Like, that is so... Oh, she don't have like the little bag that they always put everything in. But she has these little wine charms, which are the cutest. So they're little wine charms. Let me see, can it focus? So the little wine charms. These are just so cute. So she has a heart and the wine, and you put it at like the bottom of your cup. And they're just so amazing. So it goes like this. It's kind of like an earring that you put in your ear, but you put this like at the bottom of your wine, so you can like encourage your readers to get some wine and book. And it's just so book. Your last book was a saga. Yes, that was my saga. My last book, Her Substitute Husband, His Boss, was a saga. Right now, I'm actually taking a break from Kindle, if you want to know, because yeah, once you write 300,000 words, yeah, your brain starts leaking out your ear. But I'm still writing. I'm actually producing a live story on my blog as we speak. And that's called Eve's Deception. And then I will be back on the Kindle Vella platform in August. And that's what you guys are going to start seeing from me. It's a lot of promotion about that book. I also want to show you another promotional item as a suggestion for you guys. If I can get the bag open. So, let me get one that you guys can see. Sometimes I send out readers gifts. So, I try to find, that's why I love those little things, because I'm going to make some. You can buy those from Amazon. The whole thing is so economical. And she was like that. I love her spirit. It was so economical. I think I bought like about 200 pieces, like with the rings, inspirational things to go with it, and so I think I bought everything for like literally under, I had the bags already, but the bags are even cheap, so I think I bought everything under $20 for about 150 items, so I could do that. So I also have these. Oh, this one has white writing. I thought the yellow would be good, but it's actually the red. Or, ooh, we'll just do one that matches my spirit color. So, I'm doing reader bags as well. So, people who are reading the book on my site, they're actually going to get reader's bags. So, they'll get this. And it's like, what's it say? Only work for books. I got this at Oriental Trading. So, it's a little book bag. And they also get a little book journal. And actually, these are just memo pads that they can open up and start writing in it. And it has a writer only begins a book, a reader finishes it. So a reader or writer can get these. I made these so they can get these. And then I have, don't you fall. I'm digging up stuff because I threw everything on my desk today. And then get these reader pens along with the charms I'm going to make. So they'll get little book things, and then they get the little charms with the labels. Is that right? Am I holding it upside down? I think I'm holding, I don't know. I guess you guys can. So it says like, yeah, okay, that's good. So yeah, you can see like the little thing about me and stuff like that. So actually, this is a pen. You can get the pens off of Amazon, and it's a pen along with a stylus, and it's a cell phone holder at the same time. So that is the cutest. So I'll put like promotional material in here with that, like a card that has all my books on it. And it fits like right in there. See, all the stuff fits in there. And then I can just put it in one of the large envelopes and send it to them like that. Media mail. Boom. Boom. So that's just an idea for you guys. I think that's it. I think it's one more tip. I'll give you one more tip to help with your writing. Don't fall. My food and drinks are in here as well. So if you guys want to know how do I fast write, because I keep, if you actually come into my office, and I'm not showing you my office because a hurricane came in here all of a sudden. I swear it was a hurricane. But anyways, Anyways, on my wall in front of me, literally, I have like what I'm doing with my website. I'm slowly building it out. So I have like a layout plan for that. And then I have like the one-page novel. The one-page novel that I sent you guys, I posted in there. Put your phone in there. Oh, yeah, I could put my phone. Yeah, I could put my phone in there too, Stephanie. I have a poster of all the books I've come out with to kind of keep myself on track. And then I have a content planning calendar, but I also have like a little planning sheet. So when I'm writing, I can just look up and see. So one of the things I do have on my wall already is kind of like a 9-page outline of the hero's journey. So I can keep track of the story itself. And then I also keep this book. I carry it on the road with me. This is my mini portable book. And in the back of it, it has all my story stuff. So anything I want to know about what I'm doing in my story, I actually have in here. So I tape it together. I know you guys saw this. I have this, a mini version of what I sent to you guys out in there. And it's like the 21 chapter thing where it has the act 1, act 2, act 3. And then it tells you what to do in each act in order to get the story done. Then I have the different things of like what I can do in between all of those, the exposition, the rising action, the climax. It kind of helps me keep on track. So this is like my story Bible, and it helps me keep on track of what I want to do inside of my story. And I even have like a rules of romance and stuff. So I keep this little thing with me all the time. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I actually do. And then in the front of it, I'll write notes for stories that I'm working on. Oh, that's interesting. I am insane. And then I do like little brain dumps inside of here as well. But if I'm somewhere and I have a little tip about it, eventually I'm going to actually take what's in this book and size it down and put it in this book. Because I'm crazy like that. But yeah, that's what I actually do. Yes, I swear it was a hurricane. And because you can't report that because it's an act of God, you can't report it to the police. There's no way I can really file charges against God. But yeah, literally that hurricane just woof like a woo. Yeah. So it's coming together. It needs to come together. My office. If anybody want to come over to my house and help me get my office together, I will pay you. Because that's how much help I need. When you write to Vella, do you have the material edited and copyrighted first? Okay, so how I do it, since I do fast write, I actually do fast write for Vella. So I usually use software like Grammarly. Right now I'm using Grammarly, but I'm actually might switch over for my next book to Pro Writing Aid because I got a whole year subscription that I haven't used. I haven't done. So I think I might use Pro Writing Aid to see if I like it. Test it out for a year and see if I like it. So that's how I edit it, because really when the readers are coming in there, they just want it to read well for the story. Once I push it over to a book, I'm going to get it professionally edited, which is what I did for my first book. She Works Hard for the Money. I pushed it out to a developmental editor, and then I pushed it to a full-fledged editor who then took the entire story, changed it around, because like I said, serial fiction is different from writing fiction. So she kind of helped change it and make the story a little meatier. So then readers who read in books it's kind of like a little bit different. So if you read the Vella, it's a little bit different than the fiction book. So maybe, and I've heard people who have gotten both books and they enjoy it, and it's still the story, but it's like it just reads differently when you do it. So yeah. And then how I copyright, I don't really copyright it. I just kind of like when it's on a digital copyright. I copyrighted it once I went to paperback and ebook, but I didn't copyright it while it was on the Vella. That takes just too long. The copyright office is currently now a year and a half behind schedule. No. So I do it's more like a digital copyright. Once you hit publish, you are putting your name and date and so forth on that and go from there. Actually, I do it actually in a digital document, a cloud document. So it's on my account. So it's actually first digitally copyrighted there, and then I put it out on the Amazon Kindle Vella. So that's how I do that. So yes. Oh, you did the same for Scrivener. Yeah. And I'm going to I think I want you to kind of like go through Scrivener. We might do a screen share with that because I've never used Scrivener, but a lot of people do. I don't know if I like Scrivener. I'm not, I don't know. Right now I have Plotter, and I only use it to just look at the screen while I handwrite everything, which is kind of backwards. But, and then I have a Remarkable tablet. So then I'm like looking at the screen, and on my Remarkable tablet, I'm like doing the story outline. It's a whole big mess. One day I'm going to show you guys like what I'm doing over there. But yeah, it's like a hurricane in my head as well. And I cannot file charges against this hurricane. It's like, oh my God. So, but I'm going to get out of here because I'm going out on a date with my husband. And I'm going to have so much fun. And I want you guys to have a happy writing day. You can always check out the Kindle Vella. If you got any more questions, leave them down. If you're listening on the replay, drop your questions down there. If you guys think of more stuff as I get off, you're going to be like, okay, I needed to ask you this. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for all your encouragement. We will be back in person, hopefully by 2023 when the library's open, and I'll be like setting this camera up to be filming like our speaker and stuff like that while you guys, so forth and so on. And let me think. I think that's it. So put down before you guys leave your challenges and successes and share with others. I'll come back later on today and be like, hey, and give you any advice or even encourage you and share. So if you got new things coming out, new literary products or anything like that, leave them in a comment as well so we can all support you guys and let us know what's going on in your worlds. Because I didn't ask that today. I just jumped right into the pool. So yeah, I'm getting out of here. I'm about to turn off my light because I'm going to stop talking now. Good night, everybody. Or no, good day, everybody. Yeah, I need to get more sleep too. I'm going to put that in my planner. Goodbye.